happy hunting. Good luck with the food grab there.
Yes.
I just head on towards the boat.
I don't.
These raggedy
We don't need to use
mules.
the boat. We can fly for 8 more hours.
No, you can. He has to carry
We
me.
just carry you.
Whatever.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
If we carry you between us, we'll only move three-quarter speed.
See, we'll just make a little hammock between us that you'll just nestle in.
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
So,
It's like,
What are you talking about? That sounds great.
so Yar goes, I will grab the boat and lead you there. He,
Very
runs
well.
over.
Let's hide the fact that we can fly. to
Yeah,
the
let's
last
do
one.
that.
You guys aren't
Yeah.
going to tell him or anything? You're going to just be like, we can just fly there.
No.
Okay.
No.
It's got to be like, oh no, the boat is sinking.
Behold.
Oh, behold the power of Metro.
My faith sustains me through the sky.
So Yar...
I'm so happy because it's so awkward to be carried around by these guys. It's like,
You
go
can take the
live.
boat, we'll fly ahead.
Yar runs around, obviously making preparations for the journey. Like he's gonna have to have somebody take care of the settlement while he's gone and stuff
Yes.
like that. And you notice, Jovan, that as you guys are standing there waiting for him to get back, a couple of the people of the tribe look at you and stare at you as you're standing there. And
I wave at them.
a couple of them like kneel as soon as you wave at them, or duck their heads out of the way, or don't.
Ooh, do they tug their forelocks? I love it when they do that.
I no, sadly not. Some of them can tug their buns, I guess.
Ooh.
But
The ones who know who I am,
not those type of buns.
I approach and say, do you know who I am? Do you know of Netro?
They look awkwardly at you and they go, "This is the prophesied one, the one who will lead us out of this place."
Yes, I absolutely will. And I will offer you a prayer from Netro. And then I pray for them.
They look awkwardly at you and
To
then
give them faith and sustain them through these troubling times.
they shuffle away. Like it's not as comforting as you expected.
Be calm. Let Netro calm your soul.
Your green eye is doing nothing to assuage their worry.
My green eye twinkles with
Like,
joy and mirth and fun times.
I think I've been imagining this green eye wrong. Is this green eye more akin to the Terminator green eye?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Like-
green light.
Yeah.
No, it's like a dark pit with a brilliant star.
Yeah, that shines
Wow,
out.
that is terrifying.
It's super creepy.
It's also
awesome.
the universal light of slimy green alien death,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to
Yeah.
happy
No,
Christmassy
no.
light.
It's like I have a twinkle in my eye. Like I've got something going on.
It's the kind of twinkle that you get
I'm
right
plotting.
before it swallows you whole.
But I'm plotting
Does
for
he
peace.
have a laser sight which travels the room?
No, but he
Or,
does he does have true sight if he looks at something.
Or he could put a little green dot on someone's forehead and freak
It's
them
my
out?
left eye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's the one that the slug was in, or the worm.
Yeah.
You know, if he hangs around long enough, would he just think he's Netro, and in the future these people would just have carvings of Jovan and call it Netro, and it would be like, yeah, we know what Netro looks like. It's this guy. It's like all those pictures of Jesus that aren't really Jesus. It's like they're just like, oh, here's a white guy with long hair. Like,
So,
that was just
I
Jovan.
mean, I'm the greatest follower of Netro to exist in a century.
so Yar eventually comes back and then guides you to and directs you over to this other boat that's moored to the side of the bottom level of the ziggurat and goes, "All right, let's set off." And you can see that he's got his mace with him and stuff.
Mhm.
Ready?
Too bad we don't have
Do we have something better we can give him?
Yeah, that
I
may
totally
suck
do. I
so
have the Claymore of Netro that I'm not using.
You can't give this guy the Claymore
You
of
can't give
Netro.
him. No.
Nah, he's a believer,
I'm a-
man.
I'm
His
a-
name's Yar.
Oh, I don't
He's
know.
gotta be
It seems
great.
like it'd be
Do
wasted.
you really not
I
have anything else?
also have the gate crasher that I'm not using.
You can't give him that. That's
What
like
are
your
you
symbol
using?
of your.
I'm
Nick
wearing
just
the
has this
hurricane
holy
gun. No.
claymore.
I'm using my masterwork longsword because it has
Ah.
+1.
You have all these named weapons of great awesomeness, but you can't.
Yeah,
use
I
your
have a
plus one.
hurricane gauntlet, Netro's
Gauntlet!
greatsword, my gate crasher,
So-
I was like, I'm just gonna use my plus
and
one
I'm just
longsword.
using my +1 longsword.
With
Hey,
a bonus
it's reliable.
It's
masterwork.
Joven's humility is like, I want you to feel like you're doing well, so I'm not gonna use my artifact level weapons on you. I'm just gonna use this +1 longsword. It'll be fine.
So you guys loaded the boat and Yar
Yes.
grabs the
Look,
oars.
if I need to smash a galleon in twain, Gatecrasher will do, but otherwise...
and begins to row away, and he goes, "The central tower is a short journey from here." And he like rows away from the ziggurat and waves the settlement as he drifts away. And you can see that there's another boat of people like preparing to like go off towards wherever the food drop would be.
How good are you guys at getting food?
And Yar nods and goes, "Fairly well. We've been doing it for quite some time. Although if the rip and tear is there, we will
What's
have
a
some
rip
trouble."
and tear?
Are they a savage band?
A hideous beast with a cloth mask covering its face. It has a stench that exudes out far and far from its own personal body, and a horrific golden amulet hanging from its neck.
Yeah, it's
Like
just
the
one
troll?
guy. I thought that was the name of a tribe. So
It's a-
one person.
Yeah, it's
Is
a
this-
massive hulking beast.
Does this sound
So
familiar?
is
Have
this
you
like
heard
the
of it?
troll with the,
Yeah,
the amulet,
right?
mind control amulet?
Does that sound like what it is?
Kind of.
It would make sense given the fact that the vestigial what is it? Keepers of Lauror used that before. Perhaps
Mm.
That's right.
another one is using that on that creature.
Or it's the same troll.
No. That'd be
Dude,
ridiculous.
it's totally the same
I'm
troll.
pretty sure, didn't that troll die?
No, he's still
No,
alive.
he just ran over. He
I
just.
don't remember.
He
what
helped you fight
happened to him.
Sylvanas.
He
the
got
one
like
time.
heavily injured when
Yeah.
his master got.
I thought he
captured.
just ran off and we never knew what happened to
He
him.
just kind of disappeared.
Yeah,
Well, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
This is like the
let's
room where all the
remember-
lost
yeah,
things
yeah.
end up in.
We'll just have to remember to write him a card.
It's like our classic. Is that I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, whatever. We haven't checked in on him. He's probably
Or,
alive.
Eventually, there's gonna be like a person stuck in a dungeon, just like, hello.
We just
It's like-
leave casualties like massive.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I
casualties.
thought those
Every-
adventures are
It's like in
going
the game.
Everyone we meet
Yes.
ends up dead because of us.
Yeah,
Just-
it's like
we don't know it.
Is
they're
Just
waiting
go
for us
on
to come
happen.
rescue them, and we're just like, I'm sure they're fine.
You come back yet?
I honestly don't remember what happened to most of the characters.
Yeah,
So
it's like they
must
promised
be
they would come back in like 10 minutes. I've been waiting here for 3 years.
So Yar
Just
begins
waiting.
rowing off, and the purplish waters of the ocean lap up against the side of your boat. Some of it spilling in, and the spray hitting you in the face as you row off. You can see more towers and constructions as you row away from the ziggurat. And as you continue along, you notice that the buildings begin to get less and less massive and more just like single small towers, like smaller pieces.
I can take out a tower, right?
why?
One nice
Why?
zap to the
Why? Why? Do
Why are
you
you
need to
so
destroy-
anxious to
I'm
destroy
just,
architecture?
it's in preparation, you know. When it's like, oh no, they're
Merek, I'm
up in the
sure.
middle of the tower.
I'm
and
sure
just
that
take out the
Lauer
tower.
is not, in fact, a building.
I will be so ready if we have to fight a castle.
I'm like
I've been
80%
preparing for
sure that he's not a building.
Ages.
Do we have a strange idea that maybe Lauer's powers have been increasing over time with more sacrifices? Like at first he could only like suck
No.
small towers into the world, and then
don't
like he
know.
got bigger and bigger. And
We don't know that it's him bringing these into the world.
because you said there's the things here are smaller as we get nearer to the central.
It could just
tower,
be
right?
all these things are transported here via the portals that the keepers have been using.
So as you're
don't know why
rowing
they-
along, eventually Yar just like puts the oars away
Mm.
and pours them up in the boat, and like you notice that the current of the ocean is beginning to carry you in
Ooh.
a certain direction, but it's not carrying you outward or inward; it's carrying you in a curve. Interestingly enough,
So
Oh,
does
like a
it,
whirlpool.
yeah, like
Yeah.
a whirlpool
Like we've entered
towards
a
the
whirlpool
central
towards
tower.
the center.
Oh,
Yeah, and Yar goes, "We've entered into the current now. There's no going back."
so you've
Well,
done
I
this
can
before.
There is, but I mean, we don't have to tell
Yeah,
them.
we don't have
We
to
don't
tell
have to
him. I guess not.
And Yar shakes his head and goes, "No, we only know that the whirlpool leads to the center, but nobody has ever returned from the central tower.
Is the central tower visible to us?
No. Not yet."
Wow. This is a really big whirlpool.
Or a very
We're gonna-
small tower.
We're gonna
So-
be here for a long time.
You're actually beginning to get the sense that
if it's not in sight.
probably this entire plane is just a massive whirlpool, and you've been too far out on the edge for the current to affect you.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so like
That's
the central tower is actually like inside
In the
like the
center.
central part.
Ooh.
Oh, exciting.
Fancy.
Oh, I'm even more excited about Yar now than I was before because clearly he's basically signed his own death warrant because he believes in Jovan.
That's some pretty good faith.
I know.
He
Wow.
gets an A+ on his faith test.
I know. If we get out of this, maybe he will earn the claymore of Necro.
Ooh, wait. Does this count as my convert follower?
No, he was.
No!
He was already. He was already.
Pretty well in the pocket.
No!
Yeah.
I should have converted some of those randos. I forgot.
Yeah. Dewey looked like he wasn't really that into it.
So,
But he was the best rower! He was the one!
so the boat begins to like slowly move around, and as it goes around, you can see that hanging off some of these smaller towers, there are more heads that chant slowly. And Yar looks at them anxiously, as if any moment they're going to stop chanting and just fire on you. And he's like, we're out of my sphere of knowledge now. We're starting to enter into uncharted territory. Keep a watchful eye about. There could be dangers I know nothing of.
Hey, have you tried putting a head in a sack?
And
Because if it's in a sack, it can't.
and he goes, yes, we've even tried putting them underwater.
And it still summons the
They
lightning.
still cause havoc.
Fear not, Yar. I will cast a spell to protect you.
And Yar goes, thank you.
I cast a blessing on him.
All right.
When he casts a spell, it's okay. But if I want to bring frogs from the sky,
You are corrupted.
You are corrupt. Plus, I get like super bonus power from this plane anyway. That's 25.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's 25.
That's 25.
Yeah, you know, it's no big deal.
Joseph is just
No big deal.
casually magicking all over the place.
25.
Could've done better.
The ally receives a bonus to all attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, skills checks, and spell checks. The bonus is equal to 1d3. That's 1 plus caster level, which is 6.
What?
Your cast
It
level
lasts
is
for-
5, isn't it?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, plus 1 is 6.
Oh, okay. Plus
Oh, it
6.
lasts for 1 turn.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Oh, wait. No. If instead I do it to myself. Do I
But
have to
you're
decide
casting-
that beforehand?
You're casting on Yar, yeah.
Did you also have some kind of weird bonus that gives you a +1 to caster level or something, or was that you?
Well,
no. He
Okay,
gets a
all
+1 to
the
his
all the
casting.
ally things last for
Uh.
1 turn. Like
Yeah.
that would have been really dumb to cast that on him because that's like 10 minutes.
So you just don't cast it then.
I'm gonna cast it on-
So for this, you choose what it is after you cast it.
Yeah. No, for this, you choose what you're doing it on beforehand, because there's 3 different tables for what you cast it on. Yeah.
Alright.
Bless works differently than the other ones. Normally it's that the other way. Anyway, so as Yar says that, and you're like, I'll cast a blessing on you too. Do you want to do that, or?
Do it. Because maybe this.
It
helps
doesn't
the
say
lower.
when you decide, but
We were
Because
I'll just cast it on myself again.
In general, it has to be after you cast it,
Right,
because some effects don't even happen
Right.
at lower levels.
and I agree, but this one specifically has 3 separate tables for what you pick before you cast it.
the same. Well, what would you say with? Oh, I guess. Well,
whatever. He gets it for a turn. I
Alright.
also
Yeah.
cast it on myself
Okay.
because I don't have any sort of limit. So 19 just gives me a +2 bonus to all attack rolls. Okay, I'm gonna cast it again.
Override it.
Boom.
What's the casting time
21.
on this?
one.
One action. Oh, okay.
Whatever lasts for a turn. Whatever, I'm done.
Yeah.
All right.
I gave up.
Yeah, it's like you really have to get like.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, I'd have to
really
get
high.
24 again, which
Yeah.
is
I mean, 15 or
15.
higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
for me.
25% chance. But
Does
then you
clerk-
also
can
have like a
clerks lose
25
spells like
percent
wizards?
chance to.
I have
no, they
a
cannot, but they gain
10%
disapproval,
chance to
and their
fail.
failure rating increases.
Oh, okay, right.
As soon as Yar says that, like dangers I don't know about, you guys come around the edge of this tower with the current guiding you, and you can see that on the tower there is a horrific, like spongy man-shaped creature, just like nailed to the tower by an arrow bolt.
Oh.
It's like slammed into the tower. It's obviously been dead a long time. The creature looks like it has a lot of spongy purplish flesh with rubbery skin, and then it has white milky claws growing out of its fingertips. On top of its head are 2 eye stalks that come off, and with eyeballs at the top of them.
Oh.
But these have long ago decayed and are steadily bent over. Yar goes, "What is that?"
I have no idea. Looks terrifying.
Could be anything.
The boat continues on the current, and you guys can see that these towers are kind of dotted around everywhere in this landscape. Like, it looks like you're starting to realize that all these towers are of about the same construction, and you begin to wonder if maybe they're all part of the same building, But the rest of
Oh.
it's just down beneath the
So
surface.
this is just a top. But there's just the one thing out there.
That's what you saw, yeah.
Okay. It's a Gungan. Nobody likes them.
Yeah, it's fine. That's where he belongs.
Can we
Hanging
tell?
on a building?
Can we tell if it's like the sponginess is like what it was naturally, or it's just been decayed and is spongy now because it's
You
been
think
like.
it was probably natural.
All right. We can't reach it, can we? Like, can we pass close enough to it?
If
and
you could
kinda-
like find a way to stop the boat and climb the tower.
Oh, okay, it's not like we pass by it and
No.
go, "Hey,
No, it's like high up.
grab an eye stalk."
And as you get closer and closer in, you can see that there are more of these creatures,
Ooh.
just like dead around this area. Some of them have rotted away to just like horrific multiplanar skeletons. Others are hung from the towers by like cords or something like that, probably as a warning to the others. But they've definitely been dead quite a while.
But they're all attached to the tower somehow.
Yeah, they're like hanging off it. They don't touch the water mostly. There's a couple of them like adrift in it, but yeah. It almost looks as if they're put up as offerings, kind of.
Wow. But they're all this species of creature.
Yeah,
And they're all how big are they?
they're about like maybe 8 feet tall. You'd imagine if they stood still.
Jeez.
And these towers,
Could
they're
put those as off.
are they just solid, or do they look like towers with windows and like rooms and?
They're like tall, like ivory towers that are like jutting out, like white towers that are jutting out of the face, and they all end in points.
Are they like round and tusky, or are they like the Washington Monument?
They're larger than the Washington Monument. Like they could actually hold rooms in them,
Right.
but they're pointed at the top. They
Okay.
don't have roofs. You do see a couple of windows and egresses into them, but they're usually too high up to reach. You could probably try to climb into one or two of them if you wanted to. Just stop the boat
Or fly.
or fly.
But
yeah.
pass.
Can we tell based on current progress if we just stayed in the boat how long before it carries us to the bottom?
No, you have no idea.
We age centuries.
I know, right?
So the boat, begins to round a corner, and Yar begins to explain some of what's been going on. And he's like,
That's the best part.
a while back, we had I guess you could call her a prophet or something along that nature, stumble into this place. She called herself Jinn, and she had a variety of odd markings and tattoos along her face. She claimed that she was a far seer. I don't know what that means, but she said that she could see the future. We watched over her and cared for her, protected her from the other settlements for quite some time, and on her deathbed she bestowed upon us a prophecy. She said that one day a man with an eye as green, a man with an eye like green fire would come to rescue us from our fate and lead us home. She stated that this man would follow a god known as Netro, and explained that Netro was also willing to save us from our fate. I immediately took to it and began to follow this god. I started praying, and I think my prayers were answered. Sometimes our settlement would get into bad spots. We wouldn't be able to get food or something for the month, but we'd always end up to miraculously survive somehow. We'd find food that hadn't gone spoiled when we thought it had, or another settlement would die off and we could raid their location to get more stores. It was strange. It was almost like the place itself was aiding us in this. But as the months passed after Jin's death, we began to doubt the prophecy. We waited for a long time, and the hopelessness of living in this place began to grow on us with each passing day. But now that you finally arrived, you and your friends can save us from this fate. What do you think we'll find at the central tower?
The monstrous form of Lauer, no doubt. Whom we must slay.
Lauer? You mean Lauer himself?
This is his nest.
We've heard
you
the
say.
heads whisper that many a time, but we don't know who he is or what his purpose is. What is he?
He is the god of the keepers.
The keepers.
Yes, the ones who put you here.
The keepers of Lao.
And he nods and goes,
Maybe.
yes, the keepers, yes.
Keepers. have Laura captured?
He is a god, but one opposite Netro. They are locked in struggle. They are opposites.
Opposites. But why?
Humans are allowed to close the close the eye. To whom eyes do you think it's referring to?
Maybe it's the eyes of Netro. It's possible.
Maybe
that...
it's the glowing eye of Jovan.
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
And Yar asks you the question, like, why are they in opposition to each other?
Well, Netro is the god of wisdom and kindness. And yeah. And Lauer is the god of intellect and cunning and secrecy.
I see. So they are directly opposed to each other.
Yes.
But why would Lauer capture us so? We've heard that those who are taking are fed to him, but why would a god need to eat mortals?
I know not.
Why are you lying to him?
I'm not lying to him.
Do you say that? Are you like saying that out loud? Or?
A whisper.
Okay.
Why do you lie of the strife?
Of what strife do you speak?
It appears as though your innocence knows no bounds.
Honestly, don't remember. Like what?
Remember when the book fell
Yeah.
and it detailed the story?
Yeah, of like the person
two
like
guys.
taking the eye from the
Yeah, it was two
worm.
guys that took the eye and then they were fighting over it.
Yeah.
Suddenly, an arrow streams down and catches Merek right in the chest.
What?
Boom! That's what you get for not believing. Netro smites you.
Netro has punished you.
Gadriel, you noticed it go in just before, and you could see as it was coming at him that it was an iron barbed arrow that flew out of nowhere. In your horror, as you see the arrow sticking out of you, you notice that there is a fine chain attached to it, hooked into the other side. Up upon one of the towers, you can see a man dressed in, well, you think it's a man, dressed in this dark purplish robe, with similar markings to what you saw in the keepers outside, standing on top of the tower. As he spears Merek with this arrow, he gives a sharp, and several other of the men begin to climb out of the towers.
Is there any chance whatsoever that Dario's senses can be fast enough to reflex it before it hits Merek?
No, I rolled for that already.
Okay.
Can I
Roll for initiative.